talk about improving your lead voicing with some ambiguous chord changes that represent the dominant 7 chord. So, I think a lot of us have learned the pentatonic scale in its minor and major iterations and have successfully depended on it for a long time, myself included. I've learned that in its major and minor forms all the way up and down the neck, and it's really served me well. But as I get older, I want to become a little bit more sophisticated with the lead lines I play. So I've taken to learning a little bit more about playing along to the changes and having my lead voicings represent the chords that are underneath my playing at the time rather than just the key. So before I get into this, a small disclaimer. I do not have a degree from any accredited music university. This is just something I've learned and observed on my own, and it's still something that I'm learning and observing on my own. So I'm just sort of expressing my own things that I've come to realize, and that take from that what you will. If you have something to contribute, I invite you to add that to the comment section because I would love to learn from more of you. There's certainly a lot of great players out there. Anyway, so the frustration or the problem here in my learning came with the dominant 7 chord. So if you're familiar with the major chord is just kind of simple and straightforward. Your major 7 chord, your minor chord, and then your dominant 7 chord. And the dominant 7 chord is unique in that it's sort of a hybrid approach between the major chord and the minor chord, and then it has a minor 7 and it has a major 3rd. So it's taking one from each pool, and it leaves you with this kind of ambiguous tone and sort of rub in the chord tones. And that always perplexed me, and it still kind of does, to be quite honest, but I'm learning to get through it. As to, do I play this with the A minor pentatonic, or the A major pentatonic? That always confused me. But I've sort of realized that it's a little bit of both. And the secret that I think is out there, or an important principle rather, maybe not so much a secret, is the 3rd. Now, understanding your 3rd and where that is in the chord progression is huge, and there are plenty of great guitar players and instructors who speak more intelligently than I on the subject, but I thought I'd just kind of throw my own ring to that. And if you notice, in the dominant 7 chord, A7, we have a major 3rd interval, which is the C sharp. And when we go to the 4 chord, which happens in most blues and jazz progressions at some point, we flatten that 3rd to just a C. And so rather than just like pick one of those two scales, the minor pentatonic or the major pentatonic, it's kind of important to know when that 3rd is being flattened and made minor, or augmented and made major. I apologize if I'm not using the correct vocabulary, but raised and made major, or dropped and made minor. So if we know in our a 7 chord it's raised and we have a major 3rd, we will accentuate that major 3rd as many places down the neck. And I'm no pro at this, again, I'm still learning. But if we use the chord tones within the cage system, we should know that our C to C sharp is there. Okay, and then I just show you this one down here. And then down here, that would be on the 9th fret. And then down here, would be on the 11th fret for their C shape form of the A chord. So if we just know where that is, we should know that in the first position, or the 1 chord, we keep that major third, and when we drop down, we can go to the minor. So I'll just play a little progression here. Again, I'm still working on this. I'm just kind of uncovering this now in my 35th year. And we'll see how this sounds. Major 7 there. But that's the point. The idea is that we can modulate within our lead lines, and if we better understand where these minor and major thirds are along the neck, we can kind of play with that and play into the ambiguity of blues music. So anyways, once again, I'm no pro. I'm just working on this, but I realize that the dominant 7 chord presents an interesting chance to modulate, and rather than just kind of ignorantly going about our pentatonic scales with muscle memory, it's in our best interest to mature as players and get more sophisticated as players if we just can play to what actually chord tones are being there. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that worked for you.